What's up everybody, Sam Smyers here. Today I want to show you to make the lead from Voodoo People by the Prodigy, and I will be remaking this sound in Serum. Now before we get started today, please go ahead and give this video a like, and also please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed. I wanted to remake this lead from Voodoo People because I feel like these 90s rave lead sounds are becoming very popular, especially in some new tech house songs, and I feel like some techno is coming back, so these 90s rave lead sounds are becoming very relevant to modern songs today. And I wanted to also go ahead and remake this sound in Serum. I'll show you the Midi. This is basically the Midi with the initial preset on Serum, so just using a saw wave, and I'll play it for you. So that was just the initial preset, and when I say the initial preset, it's just that saw wave. So I'm going to go ahead and go into analog basic shapes, and I'm going to select the pulse wave, so this pulse wave after the square wave. And then if I go to the warp knob, I can select PWM, and that is pulse wave modulation. So if I raise this up, then you can see that that wavetable is changing. So this is what it sounds like currently. And if I raise this up, I'll put it at about 22%. Put my voicing onto mono. I'll go to always for my portamento and raise this portamento up to 20 milliseconds or so. It's just very subtle. There's a bit of a bend when it goes up to the higher notes. And then I'm going to turn on my filter. And so a lot of this sound comes from the resonance from this filter. I'm going to put it on MG low 18 and raise this resonance up to 90%. And then after I raise up that resonance, I will raise up that drive and put quite a lot of drive on there, so about 75% or so. And just hear what it sounds like as I adjust this cutoff filter. And that's what a lot of this sound is going to be attributed to, is going to be playing around with this filter. So let me go ahead and go into the effects and add on some distortion, and I will do the asymmetric, raise up this drive to about 65% and lower the mix down to about 65%. And let's go ahead and add on some overdrive. And this overdrive is really contributing to a lot of the sound, which I think makes it sound really similar to the original. So just copy these settings on the overdrive, just 100% on the drive, 100% on the tone, dynamic 0%, dry and wet 100%. And now what I need to do is go in and add on my automation. So I have this filter cutoff automated, so I'll show you this automation. And really, you just have to play around with it to get it right to match the original song, because you have all of this overdrive. Any kind of change to that filter, any minor change, will add all kinds of new resonances and harmonics. And honestly, some of these notes were hard to figure out. I'm not sure if this note here is, it sounds like it's the same note with maybe changing that filter. And just hear what happens if I change it a tiny bit. So you can hear how big of a difference that makes. And even if I just go into Serum and play around with this cutoff, you can hear how different that sound will sound with all of those different resonances because of that really high resonance on that filter. So then I'm going to add on this EQ8, just cutting off the low end around 70 or 80 hertz, and then adding a boost around 4 to 5 kilohertz and just cutting off that top end. And then I'm going to add on a ping pong delay, so an eighth note ping pong delay, and the feedback's pretty high and the dry and wet is pretty high, so a lot of this delay. And I think this delay is really only on this breakdown because throughout the track, it's playing this note a lot. And this breakdown is just where it gets more atmospheric in the track. So it has all this echo, and then it has some hall reverb on there. then I would maybe even just layer this sound with an air. So if I added an air to the actual Serum, then it would get all distorted because I'm adding all of these effects after the Serum. So I have to create another track with just a air sound or a bright white noise on top. So basically the full sound will sound like this. And so I think that's pretty close to the original, just using Serum now, just like as an updated modern way to make this sound. I believe there's some other videos on YouTube remaking this sound, but they're a lot older because this song came out a while ago. So I want to do like an updated version. And so this is going to be my updated version in Serum. Now I'm using some external effects on top of that Serum, but let me see if I can try to remake something in just Serum as a patch itself. And let me just show you what I did in Serum. It's not going to sound exactly like the original because I think a lot of the resonance sound comes from this overdrive plugin, which is helping a lot. So here's the sound that I made that is just using some effects from Serum. And so this is a preset that I will provide for free down below. And basically everything is going to be the same on this oscillator section. And what I did for the distortion is added this diode distortion, a compressor, a filter to cut off the low end, an EQ, delay, and a reverb. And so this is just going to be all within Serum. And also doing this automation on the filter cutoff, you could manually just play around with this cutoff automation. Or what would be cool is if you go into your matrix and assign your chaos knob to your filter cutoff. So basically, if you go into this global section, you have these two knobs that are chaos. And if you assign any of your parameters to one of these knobs, then the parameter will basically move at random. So what I did is I went to this macro wheel and put in a chaos amount. So now if I play a note, we can see that that cutoff is just randomly changing. And so that might be something unique that you can add to your songs. And I just wanted to create that little macro knob so you can just adjust the chaos amount. So that's going to be how to recreate that lead from Voodoo People in Serum. I'll go ahead and provide that free preset for download down below. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like, and also please subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed. And also, if you'd like to check out any of my other Serum preset packs, I'll put links down below for those as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.